Good day. This is part 3 of my series on how to cope with terminal illness. If you're interested in to watch my previous videos, follow the links in the description below. Today, I want to talk about thankfulness. Thankfulness is a key characteristics of a Christian. Let me read from 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 16 to 18. Rejoice always, pray continually, give thanks in all circumstances, for this is God's will for you in Christ Jesus. Now, there are a few things we can pick up from these few verses that I just read. One is to rejoice always. 2 is to give thanks. 3 is to pray continually. And finally, in all circumstances, and it is God's will for us to do so. Now, it's always easy to give thanks when things are going well and when we are happy. However, in our challenging circumstances, it can be difficult to find things to give thanks to God for. And I think if you are going through terminal illness or going through a difficult circumstance, it is important to give thanks. So, for example, for myself, I give thanks for, I can find many things to give thanks for. For example, I give thanks to God daily that I'm still alive. Now, many of us take life for granted. Now, we assume that when we sleep at night, we will wake up the following morning. And that's taking things for granted. That's taking your life for granted. Because there is no guarantee that you will wake up the following morning. So each day when you wake up in the morning, give thanks to God because you're still alive. You can enjoy another day of God's creation, time with your loved ones, and various other things. Second things that I'm really thankful for is the medical attention or help that I'm receiving. Here in Australia, the medical help is just amazing. The doctors, the nurses that are helping me go through all the treatment plans and all the advice. So it is just I'm so thankful for them, for their work and the sacrifice, for their expertise. The next thing I give thanks to God for, it may seem trivial to some of you, but it is the gift of handicap parking. Now, with my stage of illness, I do need handicap parking. That's just a godsend thing when you have handicap parking, when you can park in a parking slot that is much bigger than the normal parking slot. Those parking slots are usually nearer to the entrance of the building or the place that you're trying to access. And with handicap parking, it just makes it easier to deal with your own physical disability. And here in Australia, I'm really thankful for the handicap toilets as well. You know, it's when you have a disability, handicap toilets just comes in very handy and helpful. So I'm very thankful for that. And here in Australia, wherever you go, name it shopping center, to the building, to even the public places where are toilets, you can find handicap toilets, and that's very, very helpful. So I'm very, very thankful for that. So in your struggle with whatever struggle that you're going through, there are always things that you can thank God for, right? So for myself, I find it really helpful to just think through and list out the things that you are thankful for, because by being thankful, you continue to focus and put your focus on God and therefore you are less self-centered, and therefore with God in a picture, it is much easier to cope with the terminal illness that you have. So with this, I'd like to end my sharing for today. Thank you and bye-bye.